Okay. So now we are entering into the life advice section. This is so fucking fun. We have so much fun doing this. Let's get it. This is basically, again, anonymous submissions, people asking for advice. And I do ask, if you're submitting live right now, change names. I don't do this to learn intimate information about anybody. I do this to help people and hopefully give what little thing I can. I don't want to know who's submitting what. That's why everything is totally anonymous. Hip Hop Anonymous? Okay. I would never take you seriously. Me, sad. I'm kidding, Kawhi. You're great, dude. I appreciate you, bro. Or gal, late, ma'am, miss, whatever. You know what I mean. Okay. One best friend isn't the way to go. You got to have backup. No, I don't view people as backup. I just view it as multiples, dude. Backup is what my ex had. You know what I mean? Bunch of guys in her DMs that she was just saving. No. I don't have backup, dude. I just got homies. I got real ones. And that's what I allow in my circle. I am very, very sensitive when it comes to who I allow in this circle. All right. Life advice, start. So. How to deal with people not supporting you, following your passions instead of money. Okay, let me break this down, actually. So how do I deal with people not supporting me, following my... Okay, I only rewrite this so I can process it better. There's nothing wrong with how whoever wrote this. I mean, bro, I don't want, listen, you can listen to my music anywhere, chat. It's right here. I'm not having my music in the background of this. We're going to have just some chill Donkey Kong music, because if I were a therapist, I would play this soundtrack I'm about to play in the background during my sessions. Because I think it would relax my patients. Man, I gotta be honest with you, as somebody who has struggled with this myself, and I can give it to you from my own perspective, my friend, whoever you are. They're not supposed, like... Growing up is realizing a lot of the things we were told are not innately or always true. I have some, like, again, I'm going to project a lot here. I'm going to be speaking about me. I do that to give it to you, to take something from it. I have people in my family who totally support what I do and then totally don't. I have people in my family who like stopping in here and then never have and never will and don't care. I moved to Los Angeles 8 years ago, and I have people who have never even thought about visiting me, but every time I don't go home for Christmas, it's my fault. They're not, if they don't see it, they're not supposed to see it. When you start anything that you believe in, and I hope that these passions are something you believe in. Now, unfortunately, the harsh reality of this life is that we need money to survive. So I do hope these passions can give you some type of monetary gain, but they don't have to. There are people who go to a job every day, hate it, come home and paint the night away, and they feel better. And they don't earn money for that. But how do you deal with that, man? You deal with it by accepting that when you have a vision, it is your vision. If it was their vision, it wouldn't be yours, it would be theirs. Just because somebody shares blood with you doesn't mean they care about you more. I have people who support me who I never would have thought in a million years would or wouldn't. Like, you just, it's honestly a part of what you're getting at here is a part of growing up, in my opinion. And realizing that, unfortunately, like, it hurts, bro. It does. Like, it sucks. How do you deal with it? By accepting it. By acknowledging the pain that you feel in your heart and doing everything you can to use that to either fuel you or process it and move on. Because you're gonna have friends who you love, who you would die for, who you might start on a passion, and they might laugh at you, bro. That's real. They're not meant to see it. That's why it's not their vision. If it was their vision, they would be on the same path as you. And that's what I think about that. I hope that helps. I don't know if I fully answered this. I don't know if I fully got to what you were getting at here, but you are going to... It doesn't update on screen. I'm the one doing this. This is just... You want to see my screen right now? This is just text edit. You feel me? Yeah, man. You're just... Whenever you do something that you believe in, other people aren't going to believe in it. And if you believe in it as much as you do, that will never deter you. It will never defer you. You know what I mean? So... Okay. Next. So I hope that helps, whoever you are. I hope you could take something from what was just stated. And, honestly, man, I'd argue you're probably in a good position if people don't believe in you, because if you have a passion, especially if it's something for a goal one day, again, I can only project from my own point of view, bro. I want to be a musician full-time. The odds of that are less than 0.5%. That is a crazy dream. So if other people don't believe in my dream, I can't blame them. It's crazy. So, like, you just have to process that and move on. And part of that is just understanding that you're going to find the people who do support you. And that just because somebody shares your name or blood doesn't mean they innately support you or believe in you or care about you. A lot of times people say blood is deep if people act like it. But if you don't act like it, then it's not. Because I'm going to tell you right now, man, I have best friends that are my family. And I treat them as such. Next. Okay. Ooh, I like this one. I love when people want to move. I moved a long time ago, so this strikes a nerve with me. This hits me deep right here because I was once just like you. This is chat right up here, by the way, up to the... This is you, chat. Up to the far right. Okay. My boyfriend and I are going to be moving in about 1.5 years to San Diego. W to the person who gifted you. Do the passions bring happiness? That's why they're passions, you know what I mean? So you want to move to San Diego. We are both stressing about money. Making sure we have enough money to pay for rent. What do you think are the best and quickest ways to get money? So first off, whenever you're moving somewhere, in my opinion, you need to make sure that the day you move in, you have enough money to survive for a few months. And I have to add, you're trying to move to one of the most expensive places in the country. San Diego is way more expensive than LA, my boy, or my gal, my friend, whoever you are. So keep that in mind. So my advice to you is that the day you move in, you don't move until you have 5 months rent. You don't move until you have 6, 7 months rent. You don't move until you have time to move across the country, settle in, find a job that you like and get comfy. Because in my opinion, when you move somewhere, I moved to LA and I got a job in 5 days. I wish I didn't. I had enough money not to do that, but I just was grind, and I did that. I personally think if you move away and move someplace, you should give yourself a month just to explore, just to have fun, just to meet people maybe. You're not going to meet a lot of people necessarily, or maybe you will. Maybe you're great like that. But give yourself time to just have a Wednesday to go to the bar at night and talk to locals. Or go explore, you know, in San Diego, the museums or whatever. What do you mean get used to the layout? Oh, get used to the layout of the city. Got it. Yep. Exactly, Tiny. You know what I mean? So I personally think if you move and you only have 1 month's rent, you are setting yourself up for failure, not success. Set yourself up for success. And to do that, you might have to grind. So what are ways to make money? I don't know, Danny. I mean, man, I know one way that people are probably going to think this isn't popular or this, that. I would personally do this. If I had a girlfriend and she was cool with it and we wanted to move to change our lives, I would start an OnlyFans where we filmed ourselves having sex with masks on and then just see if we can make money. I would promote it to nobody I know. I would keep it totally anonymous. And I would fuck on cam and start an OnlyFans and try to monetize lovemaking and try to make some extra cash that way. What are other ways you can make money? You can start to buy and resell things on eBay. You can take the Gary Vee approach. You can go to local yard sales, look for people who don't know what they have, don't know what they're selling, find a copy of Pokemon Emerald that they're selling for $8 and sell it on eBay for $100. You know what I mean? You can join crypto discords, right? There's a ton of crypto and NFT discords, regardless of your opinion on this shit, because your opinion doesn't matter. You want money. So your opinion on a lot of shit goes out the window. Join crypto and NFT discords, learn Photoshop, and say, hey, I can Photoshop your NFT into a background for 0.001 Ethereum. Or I can Photoshop your, right? You can offer your services online. You can start a Fiverr, learn Photoshop, learn basic web design. Bro, so many people are lazy. Go around to local shops that need better websites and offer them a flat rate for a WordPress website. Pet sitting. If you're a woman, babysitting. And I say if you're a woman because it's really hard to be a babysitter as a man. It just is. Most people innately have that trust in, which I understand. I get it, but it's just if you're it's a little easier to do that job, to get hired for that job. Babysit, pet sit. You can use Udemy to learn tools and things to change your life. You wouldn't hire me to babysit your children, Honey Bloom? That's a lie. So things like that. Honestly, the easiest way to make more money, and I said this to somebody a few weeks ago when they brought something to me, you might have to get a second job. You might have to go sleepless in Seattle for a few months. You might have to get 3 hours of sleep a night for the next 7 months because you got a second job that runs you dry. But that second job also gives you an opportunity at what you want. I can't suggest this enough. Do not fucking move unless you have a nest egg. I've lived in LA for 8 years. I've lived here, had friends move here when I was 4 years in, and move out when I was 7 years in. You feel me? I've seen people come and go like the fucking wind, like emotions at a bar on a fucking Saturday night. If you make this decision to change your life and change your situation, make it final. And it's okay if it's not, but do everything you can to make it final, dude. To make it so that you get a job 2 weeks in and you're like, I'm not feeling it. Quit, find another one. Also, you have one benefit that we have not addressed. A huge benefit. A huge benefit. You said me and my boyfriend. Bruh, when you do move, y'all should look for a spot in a decent area maybe, but you best not be living in anything bigger than a fucking studio. Your first year in San Diego should be about grinding, earning money, saving money. Because once you move to San Diego, say you're in Nebraska, you're going to be able to earn a better salary than you probably would in Nebraska, right? So if you find a flat and a shitty little apartment, don't look for a 2-bed, 2-bath. Don't look for something nice. You should be living in a fucking studio. And then you have the benefit of 2 people living in a space for 1 person, splitting rent. Also, neither of you should be deadbeats. You both better get jobs, and you both better be paying equal in rent. Yes, it's okay if your boyfriend gets laid off and that, right? But y'all best, if your rent is $2,000, y'all best be paying $1,000 each. Y'all are in this together. All right, when I moved to Hawaii, I lived in a tent for 2 weeks, but I also 19 and didn't give a fuck. Something set in stone, OnlyFans. I mean, that's my first suggestion, honestly. The easiest way to make money is if you have a boyfriend, y'all are probably sleeping together. So just wear masks and create an anonymous OnlyFans and just see if you can spark it off. And you'd be surprised, man. You'd be surprised how much money you can earn that way. Bro, maybe you have nice feet. Maybe your boyfriend has, I don't know, nice this, that. Like, no, I'm not laughing. I'm dead ass. Y'all think that's funny? It's not. If you want to change your situation, you'll do virtually whatever. So change it. Don't demean yourself. Don't diminish your greatness. But there's a reality where you start an OnlyFans and nobody ever finds out about it and you earn money off it. Girls and guys get freaky. Girls and guys get freaky. Women are not exclusive to getting freaky, dude. I am a dog. You're looking at one. All right, next. Huh. Oh, this is tough, man. This is really tough. This is a really tough one, dude. And I'm sorry for whoever submitted this. Stone Turtle. That's because they didn't listen to themselves. Like, you're gonna blame OnlyFans. I'm gonna, like, the difference between you and me, Turtle, is that you're gonna, them and me, is they're going to blame OnlyFans. I'm going to blame, that's like me saying weed made me lazy. Who's the person deciding to smoke weed? Who's the person in control of their life? If you're not comfortable with making one, do not make one. Do not make one. If you think you'll regret it, do not make one. Additionally, I think if you put your face out there, it's different. I'm talking about wearing masks and being totally anonymous. I don't know if you heard that, Turtle. It is I could start an OnlyFans tonight and y'all would never know as long as I went about it the right way, right? I think that's obvious. So you can blame OnlyFans. I will blame the person who is in control of their life who didn't assess themselves and how they would react enough. But yeah, I don't see anything wrong with that. But anyway, all right, moving on. Next one. So this one is tough. And I am sorry, dude, to the person who is dealing with this. Okay, get ready for this one. I know a guy, he's my age. I met him through his mom because what can I say? I be rizzing up the moms. BDE, how are you doing? Some people are into the mask, FYI, yep. I be rizzing the moms is unbelievable. Same. But anyways, it's really obvious she wants us to get together. And then here's the thing. I'm lesbian. Okay, you're a lesbian. But I'm not out to my family. And I know his mom will bring it up to my family. And they are not that happy with the LGBTQ stuff. Fuck your family. Here's the thing. They don't have to be down with, like, LGBTQ stuff. You can still love your daughter and accept her for who she is, right? Because that's what unconditional love is. Saying, hey, I don't understand this, but I still love you regardless. So assess your family. So I'm really stuck on either coming out or just lying and saying I can't date yet. I think the solution here is easy. Come out only when you're comfortable coming out. I don't know what that experience is like. I've never come, I've never come out because I don't have anything, I guess, to come out about. Regardless, you know what I'm getting at. Point is, a big part of me wants to say, fuck them, be you, and tell them who you are. There's power in that, and I do think there's power in that. But if you're afraid and you're not ready, dude, the solution here is so simple. Just say I'm not into him. Say he's ugly. Say I like thick boys or skinny boys. I don't know, just lie. You can easily lie. If you are not ready to tell your family that yet, maybe you live at home and you're worried about your living situation if you come out, or something like that. Good, bro, just lurking. I'm great tonight. Be you, priceless, feminine. What about, I mean, I guess, yeah, you could say I'm into feminine guy, I guess. I mean, but point is, you could just say whatever. Aether, I hope you're well tonight. You don't have to be honest if you're not ready, especially if you're worried about your living situation. Maybe your dad's a nut job and he'll be like, no daughter of mine and he'll kick you out. I don't know your situation, but I know this. The solution here is so scary easy. And you're building it up to be harder. You're probably building it up so much because you want to come out to your family, I would guess. My mustache is so annoying tonight. My mustache is bothering me so much. I think you're building this up more because you view this as maybe a chance to come out to your family. Don't do it if you're not ready, bro. Or gal, excuse me. Just lie. Honestly, I'm into dudes that look like X or look like Y, right? You don't have to be honest. It's nice to be honest, but the harsh reality is that you might not be in a positive position to do that. I think this is a very simple one. Just lie. And I don't know if the guy knows. Like, I don't know if homie is trying to get at you, but just tell him, hey, dude, like, you know, I just don't think it'll work out. I'm just not into you like that. I view you more as a friend. Or just tell him, you know, again, there are ways around this where you don't have to reveal your secret, essentially. Telling my family I want to move across country was more difficult than coming out. Wow, really? That's interesting. I would have thought, just because of how, you know, nervous people are sometimes. You know, I've heard stories, right? How nervous it is. And, you know, I can be empathetic to that, dude. I'm sure, like, I mean, dude, I gotta be honest. When I told people I want to be a rapper and a songwriter, that was hard. Because I knew I'd get laughed at. So, like, you know, for different I'm not saying gay people get laughed at, but you know what I mean, right? So I could be very empathetic to motherfuckers coming out and, like, God, especially if your family isn't that accepting of that shit. God damn. Look at it like this. Straight people don't have to come out as straight. Yeah, but yes. But there still is a reason that a lot of people do want to come out, right? I don't know. I do agree and understand what you're saying, Honey Bloom, but there's still a reason where it's like you can see the real me and I've been hiding it maybe, like, because I gotta be honest, I don't have to come out as straight, but I think the way I talk on stream sometimes, people might know, and maybe if, I don't know, again, this is like tough to navigate. So I get what you're saying though, you are correct. You don't have to come out to them is what you're saying. You're 100% right. That's what you're getting at. You're 100% right, Honey Bloom. All right, next one. These are good tonight. On. This next one, I'm going to skip. Whoever submitted the one about the bracelet, it doesn't really apply to life advice, so I am going to skip it. But if you're here right now, whoever submitted this one, I never touched dick to lips yet. I mean, confessions are not meant for chat. They're meant to be in the confessions place, but okay, I'm sorry. It's a beautiful thing whenever you do. Whatever way you go, from what I understand. You know what I mean? Maybe you're talking about your lips or somebody else's. It's a beautiful thing, dude. Oh, man. Getting your soul sucked? Oh, Lord up in heaven.
He needs some milk!
Milo, get your every eye in the house, boy.
Imagine that came up during confessions. I mean, you can troll all you want, Spider, or Danny, but I don't... Not every submission gets read. Whose birthday? Whose birthday? Yo, happy birthday, Priceless. Can we get ones in chat for birthday wishes for Priceless? Spider Queen, how are you doing? Okay, let's see here. This is a long one. T West. I know somebody, hold on. Today is Thursday. Now, today is Life Advice and Confessions. I've known somebody so ignorant and so righteous in my family for 2 decades worth of my life. It's subliminal ignorance beyond toxic. That's how you know you got a family. At this point, they are blindsided and they're causing me internal sadness and anger for way too long. That person is way too old to be that ridiculous and righteous at their elderly age. It reeks of senile energy. No, they probably are just a piece of shit. Like, don't give this person the benefit of the doubt. Whoever you are, whoever submitted this, off top, I can already tell you're making excuses for this person, probably because they're your family member. Stop making excuses for people and read it for what it is, accept it for what it is. But I trusted them, and now I have a problem with my living situation because I no longer trust them. I'm just waiting to leave my living sitch reasonably before he loses his mind and I'm on the news. Or something. Whoa. If you're worried this person's gonna hurt you, go into debt over it. Like, get out of there. If you're worried this person's gonna hurt you, get the fuck out of there. Or something crazy, I'll have backup when present on site when I leave with my other family, just so they can witness me one last time in that household. I'll still keep in touch if all goes well. I just gotta go though, ASAP. It's not worth my mental health whatsoever. Too many millennials and Gen Z people face hell from their families because of ignorance or lack of understanding. This is not exclusive. Like, with all due respect, you're not special. This is not exclusive to millennials and Gen Zers. People have been fighting with their families for a millennia. You ever read Hamlet? You ever read Shakespeare? You ever read Romeo and Juliet? Like, families always have tensions and issues, okay? This is not about Gen Zers, millennials, or boomers. This is about people. So again, you make excuses when you put this on a generation or when you... No, this is human tendency, bruh. I hate to tell you. Storm, I love you, man. Have a good night. Face hell from their families, and that's terrible. It's not worth the mental health, so that's why I'm leaving. After my faith in them was miscommunicated and was destroyed by their ignorance and ego. Wow, that makes me rethink everything I've ever known about them. I mean, you haven't given me much here. So whoever wrote this one, you haven't really given me much to go off of. Like, I don't know what the life advice is here, but I will tell you this. If you're worried somebody's gonna hurt you in your living situation, you either lock your door every night or you get the fuck out of there. You have a friend in the area. Again, you might need to make money at a faster rate. You need to get a second job then. Like, the harsh reality is to change your situation, you have to change your life. And a lot of times that starts off as changing your life for the worse. So maybe you have one job right now and you're content with it, but it's not gonna get you to move out. You might have to suffer for 6 months through a second job, through 2 or 3 hours of sleep at night, being half awake, so that you can get yourself to the place you deserve. Whatever you deserve is what you go and get. And I do know that you deserve not to live in fear. And I know that you deserve not to live scared. But you might not be able to change your situation without changing your day-to-day, right? I don't know. You haven't given me a lot here. But my advice to you is, first off, I'm sorry. Nobody deserves to live like that.
You son of a bitch!
Nobody. Yo, Craft Me Bacon. Can we get a, yeah, pushing your own boundaries will change your life. Let's get a shout out for my boy Bacon here. How are you doing, bro? How was your stream? Nobody deserves to live the way you're living right now, including you. But you have to change something to make sure you can get out. That might be getting another job. That might be, maybe you have somebody else in your family who you ask, hey, I'm scared of living with grandpa or something. Can I live with you for a few months while I get my shit together? I'll pay rent. If you're not paying rent at this house, that might influence your decision, right? Your living situation now, whoever you are. You might not be paying rent and you might be living off that convenience. You might have to put yourself in a position where you're immediately paying rent somewhere. So say you have another family member in the area. Hey, I'll pay you $200 a month just to live here with you. I can't be here anymore. I can't be here. Explore your options. And then you're just gonna have to grind, bro. There's no easy way around it. Because I have a feeling if you had the cash to get out, you would have already done it. But I'm gonna tell you this, man. You're blaming it on senility or being senile, maybe. But if somebody's a piece of shit, they're a piece of shit. Now, granted, when somebody has Alzheimer's, that's totally different. But if they've been a piece of shit for a long time, that's who they are. So don't blame it on something they can't control. They might be in control. Secondarily, this is not something exclusive to millennials. This is not something exclusive to our generation. It's just not. This has been happening throughout all of time. Throughout all of time. Drunk Mario Kart sinning. KK, how are you doing? Chat, I think after Life Advice we'll play some Jump King, but we'll see. Craft, thank you so much for the raid. All right, next. All right, this one deals with mental health, which again, I am not a psychiatrist or psychologist. I don't know. I've never been bipolar. I don't know what that's like. I barely understand it. So please keep that in mind, whoever submitted this. And by the way, whoever you are, there's nothing wrong with you because you're bipolar. It is just something that you have to deal with and a sword, a cross you have to bear. That doesn't mean there's any, you know what I mean? So like, keep pushing, keep doing your thing, and deal with what you got to deal with. But having said that, so how do I, a delusional bipolar, stop being insanely in love with some dumb guy who already told me he doesn't like me anymore? And I like to keep thinking he's going to come back, he's with his current girlfriend because he just wants to see if it's right, and thinking that's the, okay. So I got to be honest, man. I've dealt with heartbreak a number of times in my life. Sometimes, and this might not be good advice, I really do have to include, sometimes getting mad at somebody is the best solution to get over them. Did this person wrong you in some way? Get mad about it and use that anger to be like, you know what? Fuck them, man. I don't deserve this. No matter who you are, you don't deserve to wait for somebody. You don't deserve to watch as somebody you're into is happy with, like, well, no, that's unfair, right? Because we all have seen that. Somebody we're into that's with somebody else. That's a part of being alive. That's just a part of life. But yeah, like, tell yourself if you care about them so much, yo, if you really, really, really care about them, then you want what's best for them. And you might not be best for them. And that's no shots against you, bro. That's no shot against you. You just might not be best for them, and they might not be best for you. So my advice is, people have told me I'm wrong for this. I know, like, even She Snaps, who I really fuck with, has told me anger will lead you down a bad path. I think uncontrolled anger will lead you down a bad path. I've used anger to change my life multiple times. I've used getting pissed off to change my situation multiple times. So get mad and get over, like, and use that anger to help get over it. Fuck him. I thought we had something going. But he also, I mean, not even that. You can't even get mad at him, dude. He told you he doesn't like you. So you just have to accept it. You have to grieve. You have to cry about it. You have to maybe get a little mad about it, and then you have to accept it. Or rather, the 7 stages of grief or whatever it is. But I'm telling you, yo, you also have to remind yourself that you are treating yourself unfairly by sitting around and waiting. In this life, you don't want to be a bug catcher. You want to be like, if you're camping, you can go out and try to catch fireflies. Or you can light a fire and let them come to you, bro. The best things in this life, the best people, they don't naturally come to you fully, but they will naturally be attracted to you. Nobody who you're meant to be with, do you have to work or wait this hard. They are not into you, bro. Period. Period. I'm dealing with this right now. They're not into you, dude. You have to move on. Chasing, it's not what you want to do. No, here's the saying. You can go out and chase butterflies, or you can build a beautiful garden, and the butterflies will come to you. I'm going to say that again, because that's probably one of the best things I'll ever say on this channel. And it's not me who's saying this. This is like an old proverb or something. In this life, you can either go and chase beautiful butterflies, or you can build a beautiful garden. And those butterflies will come to you. Work on yourself, be you, build, grow. And the right person you'll cross their path and you'll know it when you know it. It's as simple as that. That's what I can leave it at. That's what I can leave it at. I also acknowledge that you're dealing with something I cannot understand. Because you said you're bipolar. I don't have much to say in that terms, except for that I cannot understand. And I wish I could, but I can't. But you got this, and just remind yourself of what you deserve and think about the butterflies, bro. Do you want to chase butterflies, or do you want to build, again, I'll say it again, or do you want to build a garden and have them come to you? I'm telling you, man. You don't want to, you'll spend your whole life chasing, man. You'll spend your whole life chasing. You don't want to do that. Nothing will ever come of it. Oh, this next one's easier. I looked at myself in the mirror and wish I was bigger. You could be talking about your penis, your tits, your arms, your body, your size, your height. I don't know what you're talking about. Assuming you're talking about your body structure, go work out. Go work out. It's that simple. My life advice is if you want to be bigger, change yourself. The only way to change yourself is by working. I did the same thing a few months ago. I wished I had bigger arms and a six-pack. So what am I doing now? I go to the gym multiple times a week. You will never get those things that you're wishing for unless you take action. It's that simple. I need to go get water. Hold on. I need to go get my water. 1 second. I have another So Beauty, So East. Best water on the planet. Cucumber and lemon water. Yeah, for the person who wishes they were bigger, then go work out, dude. It's not that hard. It's really not. It's really not that hard. All you have to do is commit. Remind yourself of what you deserve. So, Raiders Nation, life advice is not meant to be submitted in chat. Especially because I don't want to, like, dox people. I can respond to yours in a minute. Life will move on regardless. Time will pass regardless. Embrace the time. Don't go chasing waterfalls. Your brain believes what you tell it. Tell yourself he's no good for you. Mourn yourself and move on. Great advice. I tell myself I can't wait for when it's like 2 months later, I'm laughing at how attached I once was. Yep, same here, Didi. Don't go chasing water. There's billions of people on this earth. You're going to find someone and multiple people who love you for you. Facts, facts, facts. Thank you, chat, for all this beautiful advice. Me getting bigger by this double quarter. Oh, nut. Nut. I want a double quarter pounder. I haven't had a hamburger in 6 years. Okay. Okay. Life advice, the next one. Ooh, thoughts on significant others going through each other's phones. Oh, this is great. My life advice on this is that if you trust them, I'm not vegan, I used to be, but when I went vegan and gave up red meat, I never started eating red meat again. But I have since started eating red meat, and I will have a hamburger soon, and I'll probably stream it. Probably stream my first hamburger in years, because I started eating, like, beef jerky to get my body used to it. I am not vegan. So thoughts on significant others going through each other's phones. I think if you want, I mean, listen, I think if you want to go through your significant other's phones, that's because you probably don't trust them. So you probably shouldn't be with them. But this is just hard, man, because people do be slimy and people do be schemy. I don't think it's healthy to want to go through your boyfriend, girlfriend, significant other's phone. I think if you want to do that, it's because of past trauma or trust issues that you have now brought into this relationship, which means you probably weren't ready for this current relationship. Having said that, I do also think it's shady if your significant other is protective of their phone, right? No, you can't go, hey, can I call the pizza man with your phone? What's your code? No. Unfortunately, that's weird, right? Like, if my girlfriend wanted to use my phone to call somebody, I'd tell her my passcode. I wouldn't be worried. I'd have nothing to hide. Hopefully, I also trust her. I think that if you have an inclination to want to go through your significant other's phone, it's probably because you have one of two things. Guilt on your mind because you've done something wrong, so you want to justify it by seeing if they've done something wrong. Or two, you don't trust them. I think if you don't trust them and you want to go through their phone, you probably shouldn't even be with them in the first place, dude. Probably shouldn't be with them in the first place. Those are my thoughts, but it's a big no-no. Like, you definitely shouldn't sneak it. If you sneak it, that's even worse. What's the worst pain you've ever felt that wasn't physical? How did you get through it, or rather grow through it? Are you vegan? No, I'm not. I accidentally submitted mine, but I didn't finish writing it. You could just submit it again and put part 2. Commit to the agony of working out. Only the finest water. What made you stop being vegan? Chick-fil-A. If you go hunting, you will find something that will upset you. Yeah, facts. I want my boyfriend to look at my phone for great memes. Yeah, like, I don't know. I just think it's weird. Like, my wife or girlfriend could have access to my phone, but, like, I'll be honest with you. If my wife or girlfriend knew my phone code and I woke up one night and saw her going through my phone, probably breaking up with her. Probably a game breaker for me. Because that tells me one of two things. You don't trust me, which means we aren't ready to be together. Or two, there's something on your mind you are guilty about. So why are you looking through mine? If that's like a huge red flag. Okay, what's the worst pain you've ever felt? This is from someone's podcast. They're gonna cheat whether or not you go through their phone or track their location. If they want to cheat, but you should go into a relationship with a strong foundation of trust. See, hippie, I am going to give bounce back to that, because you could have a foundation of trust. They could be cheating on you for 8 years, and then you find out because you... Like, here's the reason it's such a difficult question, chat. Because it's obvious that there is a reality where you fully trust somebody, see something weird on their phone, snoop around and go through it, and find out they've been cheating on you. In which case, unfortunately, you would be justified for snooping through their phone. My advice would be, if you're going to snoop through somebody's phone, make sure you're positive you're going to find evidence to justify it to break up with them. If you're going to do that, there's probably, hopefully, no going back. Let's see. What's the worst pain I've ever felt that wasn't physical? How did I get through it? Heartbreak. Unquestionably. Some of the most trusted people are also great liars. That's the harsh thing. And I just got to be honest, chat. In this day and age where men and women have access to Tinder, Instagram, private accounts, relationships are under some strain. I don't know if more than ever, but they are. So it's just tough, man. It's tough. The worst pain I've ever felt was heartbreak. Easily. Not even a question. Senior year of college. It's probably the greatest heartbreak I've ever gone through, that broke me and destroyed me, but ultimately built me. How did I get through it? Not easily. I'm not even going to give you real good advice here. I cried like a bitch. I was miserable for 2 years. Took me forever to get over it. Part of me still cares about this person to this day and always will. How did I get over it? By recognizing that, by writing music about it. How did I get over it? By writing something like this.
Thought about you often until I realized one day to lay a coffin.
Song's about that person. This chorus.
Why would I be lost in this hurt I feel inside? Emotions I be caught with, can't take them when you die. Ooh.
I thought about you often until I realized one day they lay a coffin and then the pain subside. So why would I be lost in this hurt I feel inside? Emotions I've been caught with, can't take them when you die. By recognizing that one day I will die and no longer be here. And if I sat here crying over some chick who didn't matter to, I didn't matter to her, why does she matter to me? I deserve the world. That's how I got over it. She didn't recognize that or want that from me, but wanted to play with me, wanted to have fun, emotionally abuse me by, you know, oh, still inviting me over, making me think there was a chance. Oh, we'd fuck. Great. Best sex she's ever had. She's married now. I know nobody's ever made her squirt like I did. That's on God. But like, you don't deserve that. By recognizing how dope I am and how much, like, I don't deserve that, bro. I know that. I know I don't deserve that. If I think the world of her and she doesn't of me, why am I putting myself through this emotional turmoil? You know what I mean? Go ahead and have your vanilla sex with your loser husband or your loser boyfriend who doesn't. And listen, if it ever don't work for you, you could hit me up for some platonic shit, but you ain't never getting the emotional side of me. Ain't nobody ever made you change your covers and your sheets at 3 a.m. in the morning when we had class early the next day because you made a mess because of what I was doing. You ain't never had that. How did I get over it? By seeing value within myself, by loving myself, by telling and reminding myself that if they don't see this within me, that's their problem, not mine. By accepting and understanding that I'm no longer crying because of what I lost. I'm actually now crying because of what she lost. She lost somebody who would have loved her for the rest of her life, who would have done anything for her. I probably wouldn't even be here right now. I'd probably be married with kids. Seriously, dead ass. Probably wouldn't be a streamer. Probably wouldn't be an artist. But I'm grateful for it too. And I'm going to tell you right now, whoever wrote this or whoever is going through something, whenever you think, it is our human ego that tells us, oh, this is the worst thing that ever happened to me. This is going to define my life. It might define your life, but it might define it for the positive because you don't know where that's going to lead you. You don't know where that's going to lead you. Bah, ha, ha, ha. I love that. Oh, what, the squirting thing? Everywhere, dude. It was everywhere. She made a mess. Well, I think people you've loved will always be a part of you, hopefully a cautionary tale. It's so easy to do slimy shit and not trace your phone before you go to bed at night. Facts. But yeah, man, I had to get through crying for myself, and then I had to have a moment where I cried for her and just recognized, like, I didn't lose anything, man. She did. Worst pain I've ever felt. And I'm going to be honest with y'all, chat. In the last 5 to 6 months, I have, for the first time since that time, felt a very defining thought and feeling of maybe heartbreak. Maybe I'm crazy for that. I've been kind of going through it in the back end and not sharing this too much with chat. I've been kind of going through that again and just having to accept that. Like, I understand why chicks want to flirt with me. I understand. I'm dope as fuck, bro. I'm funny. I'm a great listener, and I will big you up. I will support you more than your fucking mother and father. So, like, when somebody tells me they want to be platonic and then they want to flirt with me and send me sexy pictures during stream, I understand why. It's because I make them feel something they don't feel often. I'm not going to allow that to define me or hold me. And that shit hurts like a motherfucker. But I will move past it and recognize that I have not lost anything. I have just been myself. I have not abused anybody in terms of, not literally abuse, but like I have not taken advantage of anybody's emotions. I have not done any of that. I have simply been myself and cared for somebody. And if I feel pain for that, I'm happy. That's how I move past it. By reminding myself that the fact I can feel this pain proves the fact that I will never cut myself off. I love, and I can only experience this from women. Like I said, I only date women. When chicks are like, I'm just not ready, I'm still hurt, or I'm scared, or I live in fear. I pity those people because they allow fear to dictate their own happiness. You'll never be happy if you let fear dictate it, and you're going to miss out on amazing opportunities in this life if you allow fear to control you. Thank you, lad. I'm going through something similar, and I needed to hear that. I'm glad, Poppy. Hey, what up, Hulk Hogan? So how did I get through it? By reminding myself, A, I don't deserve this, and B, life goes on, and C, I didn't lose anything. I've lost friends over shit. Things I didn't do wrong, and I've assessed the situation and thought, where was I wrong here? And I couldn't find any fault within myself, not because of ego, but I really tried. Remind yourself you have not lost anything. It is them who has lost something. So cry for them, not for yourself. This chorus was written about that person I just talked about from my senior year of college. I'm not singing it, but I wrote it. So why would I be lost in this hurt I feel inside? Emotions I be caught with can't take them. You can't take these feelings when you die. They ain't gonna be here forever. One day you won't feel this way anymore. Don't worry. You'll live. Time moves, people pass like a river's flow. It never ends. All right, next. God, I could talk about that shit for years. This be feeling like the Somerset. Doing good, but I ain't comfy yet. Not until we get a milli check. Not until we fly the private jet. Keep the bigger brain like Luke Lex. The weather is 72. All right, this is going to be another tough one about relationships. Hey, Till, love the streams. Thank you. Appreciate that, yo. Appreciate everybody who enjoys this shit and who supports me so much. Last year in May, my partner of 6 years broke up with me. I was planning to propose to them. They claimed the reason was my mental health and that it was getting too much for them. And I found out 2 days later they started dating someone else, and that broke me. And I've been left with overwhelming trauma and trust issues because of this. And I knew, it would be the person they would get with because I had suspicions about them before it happened. But yet my partner reassured me nothing was going on, which now I see was a lie. And it's like made me think, why did they break up with me just to be with that person? So I blew up on them and yelled at them and text and kind of harassed them and their girlfriend to the point they threatened the police action. So I need to ask, am I the prick in this situation, or were my actions justified? And am I the victim, or are they? They also made two of my closest friends, who are basically family, leave me because they believed they were the victim and took the ex's side. Ugh. I'm going to tell you first thing, man. So many times in situations, people want to claim victim or claim... You're neither. First off, what you did was wrong, harassing them. You were wrong, period, by harassing them. There's no way around it. You harass them long enough, the cops are going to get called, police will take, right? They are also wrong for doing what they did. Now, chances are they broke up with you because they didn't want to break your heart or this, that. I mean, even though they broke your heart probably by blaming it on your mental health and just instead of just saying they didn't feel it anymore. I mean, dude, this is another similar situation, dude. This is just harder because it's been 6 years. You don't want that person in your life. They lied to you. You dodged a bullet. I promise you, you dodged a bullet. And you clearly acted out of character, right? Love will make you do that. You were wrong for that. That's okay. The real hardest part about this whole thing is your friends. I would try to reach out to them and explain to them what happened and say, listen, I want you to be friends. If you can somehow get a hold of them and say, hey, dude, give me 20 minutes. We've known each other for X years. Just give me 20 minutes. I would say never talk to your ex again. They're a rat. They're a scum. I don't blame you for wanting to get back at them, but unfortunately, you're wrong for that. You might have put yourself in a position because it was over text. Never do something like that over text where people can show proof. Do it over the phone so there's no evidence. I would try to reach out to your two friends and just say, hey, man, give me, we've been friends for 7 years. Give me 7 minutes. I just want to tell you my side. You don't have to believe me. You don't have to, whatever. But just can you listen to me? Can you give me that? I would have always done that for you. And just tell them, hey, I was wrong blowing up on them, but this is why I did it. I'm not justifying it. And I miss you, dude. And I think it's shitty that you chose sides. I care about y'all, whether you're friends with X or not. I hope we continue to be friends, but this is why that happened. This is how they lied to me. And this is why I acted out of character. And I would say just try that and see where it goes from there, dude. That sucks though, man. That's a very shitty situation. That young wisdom, you deserve a lot more. Thank you. But yeah, man, that shit's tough, bro. That shit's really, really, really tough. How do I deal with the overwhelming feeling that I'm unlovable and I'll never find the one? You project what you feel. So if you think you're unlovable, people will perceive you possibly in the same vein. You are not doing yourself any favors by believing these things about yourself. Again, in this life, we are, in the long run, we become who we think we are. So if you think you're unlovable, I hate to tell you, my friend, in the long run, you might become unlovable because you're so concerned about it that you're literally pushing yourself to be unlovable. Hey, appreciate that, B. Bro, everybody is heartbroken, bro. They just don't want to admit it. And right now, more than ever, people are more alone than ever. Bro, I literally I can't stress this enough. The person who has me in a loop chat, like we get along, we connect, we have similar values. It could be great. We could have a great life together. But for some reason, people just want to be alone, and people want to be miserable alone and want to be fearful. People nowadays, I think more than ever, even though we're moving away from religion, let fear rule them because they have access to this little guy right here. And this little guy in the wrong hands will project fear upon you and increase your anxiety. I'm convinced, man. I'm just convinced. Like, I think people are more lonely than ever. I really do. Of course, we're all heartbroken. We're all humans. Law of attraction. You'd have to explain what's the law of attraction. But whoever wrote this, you need to do a few things. First off, you need to date for fun. It all starts with a wise person said, if you can't love yourself, how the hell are you going to love somebody else? No, if you can't love if you can't love yourself, how the fuck is somebody else going to love you? If you think you're undeserved of love, why would I love you? I would because I'm a fair person. But like for real, if you have these ideas in your head, they will rule your life. They will control you. It's the same thing I say. I hate when I'll never call myself a small streamer. Because in my mind, I'm big. And in my mind, I'm going to be bigger than I am right now. So like, if I call myself a small upcoming artist, when I go to that open mic and I get bumped from my scheduled time, I'm going to say, I'm a small artist. I'll just go last. And I'll accept it. Same thing goes from thinking I'm unlovable. Now, if I don't get a date or I don't match with somebody on Tinder for a week, I get off it because I think I'm unlovable, right? It's a self-fulfilling prophecy. And you're not doing yourself any favors by believing it. You need to push through. I suggest you get on dating apps. I suggest you try to meet people in person. And I suggest you have casual fun. So you remind yourself how much of a snack you are and shit like that. Yeah, of course. Of course you are, Kai. Self-love is mandatory. Yo, Elmel, did you submit this? Got busted in my goddamn veterinary exam for having Till playing in the old micro earbuds. Exam administrators didn't even give me my flowers when I was gone. Rather simple and plain, if you ask me. Once I left the building and saw the morning sun, call me a blind optimist, but I just knew they were low level and would amount to nothing. Dazed, how are you doing? Yeah, Darth Chatter, that's the building, the butterflies thing, absolutely. Whoever wrote this, I love you. Whoever wrote this, I fucking love you, dude. Yo, Biz. Appreciate you, dude. Oh, and you followed Biz. I didn't even see your follow, Home Slice. My bad. Thank you very much. Thank you for hanging out and enjoying the stream and coming in and hitting me with a follow. And your kind words. What are your... Oh, this is easy. I'm going to answer this one when I get back from peeing. This is the easiest shit I've ever seen.
At the point where I'm flexible with decimals. Now when I cook, I ditch the steak. I'm eating vegetables. Consume beyond the point, it ain't irreparable. Till up in the cipher and I'm bound to cause a spectacle. Go get your spectacles, I'll meet you in the vestibule. She said it's preferable when she suck up on my testicles. Goodness gracious, oh so heavenful, or heavenly. Let's settle in with medicine. Oh, I see you brought your pen. Now my mind up in the pen, meaning my mental in the gutter. Oh, I used to feel stuck with another whom I have feelings for, but wait, oh she doesn't. Yeah, tell me this isn't cursive when I'm speaking wild verses. Beseech the purpose was the worst that we could bring to surface. Defeated purpose, haunting longer than the Vegas curtain. Believe in karma, well I'm not too sure she come round often. I thought I told you that we big as hippopotamus. Till Maya on the track is bound to have some pop in it.
Under the sheets I slept in with you. I've got some wine, let's make some food. Got candles to light, the day's almost through. Tell me you want me here with you.
All right, we back. Is PBD here? What's up, my boy? I just put, Oh, nice. There you go, Dazed. No problem, man. You just call me B, probably easier. Melkor, dude.
He needs some milk.
That's great. This is the easiest life advice ever. How do you keep a man happy? I mean, dude, listen. You gotta be yourself, man. Like, don't... Here's my advice. Suck his dick, right? Guys love getting their dick sucked. Trust me, I am one. Guys love boobs. If you want to keep me happy as a guy, random tit pics. Wow, especially in the middle of my workday, or if you know I'm going through it. Hey, babe, here's a clit pic. Oh, God, I'm gonna eat that up when I get home. I don't know. I think it's like mad simple. Be there for him, but also don't be so like there for him that you're not afraid to like clap back, like, right? Like, and by the way, the same thing almost identically goes for men, by the way, I have to add, like keeping a woman happy. You know, listen and offer your advice and try to understand where, you know, if he's dealing with something or this, that, right? And just like women, men don't always want advice. Sometimes they just want to be heard. Honestly, loyalty and trust. You know what I mean? Tell him about how you feel about him. Tell him that, hey, you know, babe, just wanted to tell you I care about you today. I know as a guy, like, I'm just going to say this, whether it's popular or not, it is much harder for a guy to find a relationship than a girl. And whether a guy is macho or not, guys like reassurance. So a random text here and there like, hey, I appreciate you. You're so great. You know, thanks for being by my side or this, that, right? That can go a long way. Cute little text. Doesn't have to be sexual. Obviously, my first answers were innately sexual. And blowies go a long way. Keeping the change and a soul suck. Also, like, but like for me, I like a girl that doesn't always agree. You know, I like real conversation. So like, if he's talking about something, you're like, wait, but you said this. Like, are you sure that adds up? And like, now you have to read the situation because some guys like that, some guys don't, or some situations call for that and some situations don't. But just be honest, just be loyal and just be faithful and tell him how much he means to you here and there and rub his back and, you know, massage a head rub and suck his dick. I don't know. I feel like that is hyper misogyny. I don't know. But yeah, that's how you keep a guy happy. Same way you keep a girl happy. Be real with them, be honest, care for them, give them attention and blow them. And have great sex and be willing to, well, some people are just vanilla. Just be, you know, don't do anything you don't want to do, but yeah, sure, that's how you do it. You keep a man happy really the same way you keep a woman happy, dude. Just by being there for them, you know? All right, next. I'm really envious of other people's lives. This is the plight of social media. Get off social media, get off social media, get off social media. Yo, Loth, thank you for the follow. Get off social media. Social media is destroying your psyche. Yeah. Eat it right. Get off social media. It's probably destroying your psyche. It's probably destroying your happiness. A life of comparison will rob you of happiness. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. If you're envious of other people's lives, go out and fight for your own life instead of being envious of other people's. Plain and simple, dude. I guarantee you're envious of other people's lives because you go on Facebook, you go on Instagram, you go on TikTok, and you think, damn, that's dope. Remember that most things you see on TikTok and Facebook and Instagram are Photoshop, not real. Filtered. Secondarily, go take what's yours, bro. There's not many solutions I can give you for this. Be grateful for what you do have and go out and get more. Understand you deserve more and go out and take it. Sometimes that comes in being miserable. You might have to work harder. But if you're envious of other people's lives, it's because you're paying too much attention to other people's lives and not attention to the only person whose lives matter. Yours. Next, why did you refer to yourself as daddy? I'll let my exes and all the people I've hooked up with answer that. Because I am him.
I couldn't tell by the unemployment rate. I couldn't tell, or should I tell, or should I sail away? Should I just recede and say that none of this for me? But that would leave me dead.
My crush of 4 years is dating my best friend. What do I do? You're not gonna like this. What up, Resolve? Command life advice. Yo, Loth, welcome to the channel, baby. Chat, reminder, after this, we're probably gonna play Jump King. Yes, B, absolute facts. Understand that the people whose lives you envy are just as broken as you think yours is. You just only see the good things they post. Social media is not healthy in the long run for most people. Get off it. You're probably addicted to it. My crush of 4 years is now dating my best friend. What do I do? Nothing. You have to get over it. To be honest with you, my friend, whoever you are, let's read this again. My crush of 4 years. Sir or ma'am, when did you take initiative? I always tell y'all that y'all control your own lives and your own happiness. Where along these 4 years did you tell this person how you felt? Did you try to get at them? If you didn't, with all due respect, you have yourself to blame. They are now not single. They are now dating your best friend, and you have to get over it, bro. Doesn't matter. Life isn't shotgun. I get front seat in the car. Fives. This is my seat. You deserve nothing except for what you take and earn and want and get. So, like, if you sat there for 4 years and allowed this person to be your crush and never took initiative, with all due respect, bro, I'm sorry to say this out loud, this is what you get. Like, this is what happens. If you lived passively and didn't take initiative, unfortunately, the bed that you live in or that you made is what you're living in. How does bro code apply to this? How does bro code apply to this? I need to hear more about this, Maddie. You need to elaborate. Because bro code is usually some toxic ass shit. So I need you to explain. Everyone's going through some shit. People just hide it better. Facts. I'm not shaming you and I'm not blaming you. But what I'm telling you is learn from this, bro. If you have a crush on somebody, do something about it. Or sit there and watch somebody else date them. 4 years is a hell of a time not to make a move. And I would argue that if they were such a crush that you cared about, you wouldn't have been able to contain yourself from asking them out. I recently got out of a very bad 9-year relationship. He physically assaulted so he's a loser. He assaulted a coworker for being my friend, loser. He got me fired for telling them Merry Christmas. What? And I've recently gone back to that job. There's obviously so much to something like that. But even, positive words. You better be broken up with this toxic monster. And you better get yourself as far away as you can. I don't have much life advice here except for break up with them and excommunicate. Sounds like you've already done that. No, he didn't hit a woman, dude. He assaulted a coworker, a male coworker, for being her friend. He assaulted a male, which is literally like just loser behavior. You've probably already done the advice I'm gonna give you, bro. Good for you for getting out of this toxic relationship. If he's gonna hit somebody else on a long enough timetable, he was probably gonna hit you. Thank God you got out of it. My honest advice, I gotta be real with y'all ladies, and this is for the ladies in chat. If I have a daughter, she's gonna have her gun license by the time she's 19. If I were a woman in America or any part of this world where I could legally own one, I would have a license to carry a handgun. I'm gonna tell you plain and simple. Simple and plain. If I have a daughter, she's gonna know how to handle a weapon, and by the time she's old enough, she's going to be able to legally own her own. Period. Excommunicate, block, never talk to this piece of shit again, get as far away as possible. That is my advice.
Plus my whole family probably thinking that I'm crazy. I wish my gap could see us now. She practically raised me. The day she died, I cried and realized that I gotta take these moments by the horns, or it's me that I scorn. Envision me alive at 50, yet it's me that I'm on. Waking up every morn, ignoring why I was born. Talking trash like, yeah, I had it, bro. My raps were so pure, but ain't got nothing to show for it.
This one's tough, man. This one's tough.
When I was young, yo, no, they couldn't subtract a damn thing from me, yet they said that I lacked learning capabilities, but now I cut checks.
Oh, neck. Lowest of the low. I do agree, priceless, but so bro code, from what I've heard, is like dibs on a girl. Yeah, bro code is bitch shit, dude. Bro code is not real. You should never date your ex. I will say this. You should never date a friend's ex, in my opinion. The only way you should date a friend's ex, especially if it was serious, look, if they hooked up one time, that's different. You should never date a friend, guy or girl, I don't care who you are, because the only time you should do that is if you know that person is the one and you're over the other friendship. Because I'm gonna tell you right now, man, if I dated a girl for 5 years and then my homie wanted to date her after, and say we hung out, they were around each other a lot, they were friendly, I sure as shit am not going to be comfortable with that. I sure as shit. Because it's going to make me ask, how long, why were y'all friendly? How long were you mutually attracted? This, that. Did you, I knew you, like, you just shouldn't date people's exes. I personally don't think. Unless you don't care about the friendship and you think the girl or the guy is worth it. Bet. Go crazy. Do you. But the harsh reality is that you are going to fray that friendship because most people are going to sit there and just question, wait, how long were you attracted? Like, dude, I lived with Two-Tone and his girl for a couple years. Imagine I tried to date my best friend's ex-girlfriend when I lived with them. How many no. Like, that's so weird. That's just so weird. It's just so weird. Crushes or brothers or sisters, nothing is off limits. And again, I will stress, if you don't care about the friendship, go crazy. You got nothing to lose. Next. Okay, this one's tough. Not long ago, last Wednesday, my friends were talking behind my back, and I found this out because one of them forgot to press end stream. So now I got no friends, no bitches. My girl broke up with me. I'm gaining weight. Nobody likes me. At least for me, at least, it's so hard to make friends because I guess I'm annoying to others. The only thing that got me now is my dogs and my family. Any tips? If you think you're gaining weight, work out. Your friends did you a favor by not ending stream. They're not your friends. They never were. They're talking shit about you. I would also confront them about it if you haven't. Because confrontation and calling something out will enlighten and enrich your soul. So you could just hit them up and be like, hey, John, I heard what you said. I just wanted to say you're a bitch. The only difference is I'll say it to your face. Fuck you for being a fake-ass friend. When you don't have real friends one day and you're wondering why, remember me who always had your back and you wanted to talk shit about. I never had a negative thought about you. Peace out, bitch. The right people would come. Support yourself, find new friends. It's not easy, but just go out. Start working out, make friends at the gym. That shit's tough, man. I'm not gonna sit here and lie like that in heartbreak.
I see how people lead you down a path of evil as they deceive you while you thinking they the end all like a prison needle. I see how viral features leave you captured like detention teachers. I see how people throwing dirt but then be claiming equal. I see how innocence be thrown up in the middle where shit popping off like a sky pager beeper. I seen how hope can prosper in the darkness of the heartless. I seen some people misconstrue intentions did it warrant. I seen dreams thrown to the side.
Houdini, how are you doing? Bumble on friend mode, exactly. Oh, I gotta hydrate.
I was born with a, was born with a heart of rap, and I'm about to go let it slap, and I'm about to have heart attack while I'm
My husband and I have been arguing a lot more lately.
got a mission to let it stack so we get out the place we at. Life's a dream, that's why we chase it, so come and chase it, bruh. I like to sip all on my Henny with no chaser,
Okay, so my husband and I have been arguing a lot more lately. Wait, shit, did I just exit out of stream? Oh no. It's more about politics because he started being more influenced by his friends. I reached out to his mom for help because he respects her so much, and then he said, well, maybe she's not as smart as I thought. And he just gets in these moods where if I have an issue with anything he does, it blows up for no reason. I just don't know what to do. Man, that sucks. Your husband turning and changing. Is it, I'm gonna take a guess that you're a woman and he's a man and his beliefs in these politics are based in stuff that is oppressive to women. I don't know. I've never been married, dude. I would say this. If you're worried he's a misogynist, if you're worried he's an asshole, I don't know, man. I would try to get to the root of it. I'd be like, why isn't your mom smart? Like, I would ask, you might be able to rely on his mom, but sounds to me like anger issues, Honey Bloom. I don't know what to do either, dude. I gotta be super real with you. I would say try not to bring it up and just try to enjoy the good times. But you also might be somebody who can't feel comfortable if somebody thinks, that women don't deserve rights, low key, or that life would be easier if women in America were like women in Iran. You know what I mean? Like, I get that. So I don't have a solution for you, dude. This is tough. It's a big reason I don't want to get married. Big reason. I don't have a solution for you. I would just say try to work through it and try to get to the center. Like, hey, babe, why do you get so mad about this stuff? Why? And just come from a place of caring. And see if that does anything. If you come from a place of empathy and caring and it doesn't go anywhere, you might have some really important questions to ask yourself. I don't have a solution here because I got to be honest with you, dude. If I were you and this were me, I can't put myself in this situation. I can only imagine, again, you're married. That's like the ultimate connector. I would say they're fuck them, forget them. But you're married. You might have kids. So I don't really know what to say. Oh, wait, no, I want to listen to this, not this. So I don't really know what to say. I'm sorry. I don't really have the, All right, this next one is too intense. I'm not going to do this next one on stream. No shots. It's just too intense, this next one. All right, this next one. I'm sorry to whoever said it was a long one. Somebody took time to submit it. It's just, I think it's too intense for stream, and I honestly don't think it would be appropriate for me to answer. I don't know. I don't know. I think I'm addicted to food and I'm not sure how to stop. Growing up, I struggled to eat, and now I have access to food and I find myself burying emotions in it. So you know. Knowing is half the battle. Knowing is half the battle. If you are addicted to food, then every time you eat, tell yourself, move with intent. Eat when I want, like, eat because I need to, not because I just want to. Like, out loud talking to yourself will do a lot for you. So if you think you're addicted to food and you go grab a bag of chips and you eat a few, start saying out loud to yourself, stop, I'm not hungry, like, and just put them away. I don't really have advice for this. I understand burying some emotions in food. I've definitely done that a little bit here and there. But overall, the power comes from within you. So you have to see it with it. Like, if you know this, you're already a leg up, whoever you are. You're already a leg up because you know it. What would be worse is not realizing it. So I would use your knowledge of self and try to act on that, dude. And by acting on that is not leaving certain, don't buy certain foods. Don't buy snacks. Just buy breakfast, lunch, and dinner, right? There are things you can do. For instance, I love ice cream. If there's ice cream in the house, I'm going to eat it. So you know what I do? I don't buy ice cream anymore. I look at it, I fantasize about it, and then I walk past it at the grocery store. So, if you think you're addicted to food, you're already better off than if you didn't realize it. So you just got to kind of go from there, man. Or gal, whoever you are. Okay. Huh, this is a good one. This is a good one. Try reaching out to your friends. I like that, Houdini. I like that. Try reaching out to your homies on the other one that we were talking about. Let's see here. Okay. I started a second job to have more hours, but I'm not liking it at all. Neither jobs are my ideal, which is the reality of my life sometimes. But lately have been absolutely hating going to work, stuck through it for a few weeks, and nothing's changed my feelings towards it. If you hate it, nothing's going to change your feeling towards it. Chances are you have so the hours take away from me and my boyfriend's time, which is important to us, but bills must be paid. Not sure whether to drop it, try to get a better job, or better attitude towards it. The pay's not good either. I'm very young and saving up money, so I feel like I need to hear being miserable for a while is for the better good. Unfortunately, to a degree it is, but that doesn't mean it's the only option. That doesn't mean it's the only solution. Oh, and you forgot to add that working a second job, I'm also afraid of losing out on experiences at my age. That's fair. I understand and respect that thought. It depends what you're working towards. You say bills need to be paid. Are you in debt? Are you drowning in debt? Or do bills need to be paid in the sense of you might be living above your means? Maybe you eat out all the time instead of making food at home. Or maybe you went to college and you're grinding right now to pay off your loan, right? It kind of depends on those two things. My thought is this. Thank you, Darth Chatter. You can always get a better job so the best time to find a job is when you have one. So look for another job on the clock. Look for another job and see if you can find a better one. Would be my advice. See if you can find a better job while you are working. You feel me? That would be my advice, dude. See if you can find a better job while you're working. There's nothing wrong with looking for another job, especially when you have one. You know what I mean? So I would do it. And by the way, that's not going to be easy. And by the way, you're going through something right now that is hard. It is hard. Like you're grinding, you're working for more money. Maybe you're trying to move out. Maybe you're trying to get yourself to a place you deserve. There are times where you do just have to suffer so that later you can be happy. And I say suffer in the sense of like grind, right? It sucks, but it is a harsh reality of the capitalistic society we live in. So I would say look for another job, dude. And try to devise schemes that get you money. Again, like reselling stuff, even if it feels slimy. Say you hate people who buy and resell graphics cards and shoes. Well, do you want to get a better situation? Maybe you have to do that. Like, you just, you know, it sucks, man, because this is the difficulty of this life that we live in, dude. It really, truly is. It's okay for a little bit to kind of have a situation where, you know, like I've been miserable before with my job and my work, and I've just been like, this is life. Like, this is it, man. This is it. And I have to deal with it. And I have to push through. Even though I don't want to, I have to. Right? It's just an unfortunate reality, dude, of this capitalistic society we live in, dude. So my suggestion to you is stay positive, as easy as that is for me to say, and just, you know, see if you can, again, you said bills need to be paid. Whether you're in debt trying to get out, or you're living above your means, so say you live in a really nice apartment or a halfway decent apartment and you have a lot of good, cool stuff in it, and you order food all the time. Well, you're gonna have to stop ordering food as much, and maybe you sell some of that stuff you love. Or maybe, right, you know, like there are adjustments you can make to your life to save money, I promise. Look at your spending habits, look at your bills, never spend above your means, and try to adjust from there. But there's also the reality that you might be in debt from whatever reason. I agree with that, Maddie. It does feel like that. I love the shoeless advice coach. Can always look at, yep, other jobs. Maybe there will be a part 2. Can work for a better job. Definitely, whenever I have a bad day at work, I wonder, what if I went looking and found a better job? Always stay peeping. Absolutely. Always stay peeping. Even if it's only a lateral move where you earn the same money, but you think you're going to be happier there. It's worth it. It's worth it, right? So, yeah. And I hope that helps, man, because I feel for you, dude. I relate. I hope that helps. This next one's good, and I like this one. How do you effectively communicate differences in serious topics with a significant other who does not ever want to be wrong? First off, the first thing you need to address before any serious topic differences is the idea that somebody's never wrong. Your main issue here is that your significant other never wants to be wrong. So I would address that first. Hey, dude, every time I bring this up, you go like this and act like I'm wrong when nobody's wrong in this situation, or even if one of us is, right? And it makes me feel this way. You need to address why this person thinks they're never wrong. And also understand and accept that some people in their own minds are never wrong and they'll never change. So, like, you might be with somebody who's not for you. I am somebody who believes I'm wrong every second of every day. So I couldn't be with somebody who doesn't think they're ever wrong, because that's unattractive to me. That doesn't work for me. Feel me? So, like, somebody who's like that might not be for you, plain and simple. Simple and plain. Accountability is important, Val. I would try to address the root cause. Sit down and talk to them. Not about a serious topic. You need to communicate effectively why they never think they're wrong. And you might get an ugly answer. You might get, well, because you're stupid, babe. Or because I'm not. I'm fucking smart. And you have to deal with that. Like, I'll tell you what's more important than the differences between you guys on serious topics is the disparity with how he or she makes you feel with them never being wrong and making you feel like you are. Right? I hate people who think they're never wrong. I don't fuck with people like that. So like the harsh reality is this significant other might not be for you, especially if this is getting on your nerves. I really do, man. I know most people aren't with people who they should be with because I look at the divorce rate, right? I understand that most people are involved with people who suck. The amount of chicks I've gotten after who are like, oh my God, my last relationship was abusive or toxic or this, that. It's no coincidence. Most people are bad at determining good partners. You might have determined this partner was good for you when they are not. You might need to move on, yo. But before you even think about doing that, you need to get to the root cause of why they think they're never wrong and try to understand and be reasonable with them. If you find they are not reasonable and you cannot find a middle ground over a long period of time, then you might have to start asking yourself the long, hard questions. Should I be with this person? The answer might be no, dude. The answer might be no. Again, most people are involved with people they probably don't deserve or shouldn't be with. Next one. We got 2 left, y'all. And then we're gonna... What time is it? 11:30? We'll probably play Jump King after this or something like that. I really, really, really want to play Jump King. And thank you, everybody. What a wonderful stream it's been so far. As a person I know that eats healthy, what's a good way to start? And what's your favorite healthy thing you make to eat? Soup. Minestrone soup. I love making a vegetarian, vegan minestrone soup with a shitload of veggies. No added salt, just pepper and other spices. Minestrone soup is easy. It's beautiful. It doesn't take long to make. Oh my God, super rare Pokemon. And yeah, minestrone soup, hummus, lettuce. You could make, even though, oatmeal with yogurt and blueberries. Stop eating sugars. And don't eat anything that has added sugar to it. Don't drink soda. Drink water. Make cucumber and lemon water. Drink tea. Drink coffee. If you don't drink your coffee black, just add a little almond milk, vanilla that is frothed. It will change your life. And there's hardly any added sugar. You're probably only gonna get 6 grams. That's barely 1 packet of sugar. Oatmeal, avocado toast. You could do lunch meat sandwiches with like a lot of veggies on it. You could get lavash bread. I like to do like salads, but I make them in lavash bread and then wrap the lavash up like it is a burrito, and then I eat that. Stop eating out. Added salt, added sugar. It's really not hard to eat healthy. Eat fish, eat chicken, stop eating as much red meat. I really don't think it's hard to eat healthy. And then you could still have cheat days, you know what I mean? Salads, beans, rices, beautiful soups with not a lot of added sugar or salt. I got him. I caught Porygon. Get into a routine. Rigged. Son of a... Yo, Bacon, how are you doing tonight, man? Spider Queen Turtle. Aether. Yeah. I've eaten the same thing every day for the last 6 months, and then before that for the last 8 years. Last 8 years, I eat avocado toast with cherry tomatoes on it every day. Now I've added to that oatmeal with yogurt and blueberries. Routine, routine, routine. You only have to throw one, my boy. Doing that does nothing, you know what I mean? BDE, I hate to tell you. What you did does nothing. You only get one throw. You're more than welcome to throw, but... Alright. You threw multiple balls. That doesn't do anything. You only get one ball attempt. So if you did Poke-Catch and then did Poke-Catch Ultra Ball, you threw a regular Pokeball. All right, this one might be the hardest one of all to answer. This is our last one. As someone with no official work experience, little to no work clothes or shoes or reliable transportation, how do you suggest I start working? I am genuinely lost and don't know what to do. You start working by getting the first job you can get and try to have it as close as possible. Public transportation is something you might have to rely on. You might be able to find a job where they provide work clothes, McDonald's, Burger King, things like that. Nothing is above you right now if you don't have a lot of work experience, right? So there's nothing wrong with, or below you, whatever. Nothing is below you. There's nothing wrong with that. Public transportation, you might have to, yes, libraries are your friends. If you live in a city, it is free to apply to a library and go in and use the computer so that you can use their free computers to apply for jobs and stuff like that. Libraries, local public libraries are your friend. Public transportation. And then some towns, I did not know that, Sergeant, but welcome in the stream, bro. It's good to see you. Thank you for the shout out earlier. Yeah, so stuff like that. Just start working whatever job you can get. Whatever job. I suggest waiting tables. That's a great way to earn tips, and you could use your personality to gain you tips and better cash. But it's tough, man. Like, especially, you might have to do this as well. I don't advise people to do this a lot. But if you don't have a job, you don't have a car, but you need to get things and you don't have the most money for it, here's what I would suggest. Open a credit card. Intelligently put yourself in debt. Here's how. Open a credit card. You use that credit card for your public transportation, to venture to jobs, to apply. You get your job. Now you need clothes. You put $200 worth of clothes on that credit card, right? You only pay off the minimum for a few months until you've earned money, right? Like, I never suggest putting yourself in debt, but if you have nothing, it might be worthwhile to open a credit card and put some money on it, on your credit, to float you for a little bit, to get to a position where you are consistently earning money, right? So how so? I think I can get this waiting tables job, but I need shoes and pants and a shirt. So I put those three things on my credit card, and I only have those three things. It costs $100. I didn't have $100. I used my credit card for my $20 a week bus fare, and I take the bus every day to my job. Right? You're $120 in debt. You might not have much money to your name, but then you start earning money. You know, every month you're earning a couple $100. Now you can pay off that $140 you put yourself into debt that month or two, right? Intelligently, though. You can't just blindly throw yourself into it because you can create an even bigger mess for yourself. Additionally, again, I can't stress this enough, man. Reselling is huge. You can go to local stores like Walmart. You can go to Target. You can have your phone, and you can see that Target is selling this video game for $35, but I see right here I can sell it on eBay or Amazon for $45. That's a $10 gain, baby. Right? Reselling, things like that could help. Reselling is crazy, dude. Going to garage sales, trying to find old video games and selling those, right? Also, you might have items in your house or apartment that you can sell. Yes, exactly, Aether. Retail, fast food, and kitchen work. Absolutely. Absolutely. My day is great, Sergeant. I've been in this situation and had to move due to this. What do you suggest for people in this situation that live in a small town? I can't give you an answer, my boy. I can't. Kai, I can't. I've never lived in a small town. My suggestion would be get into a city where there is people with money and easier jobs and bigger paying jobs. That would be my suggestion. Figure a way to get to a bigger place. I have no idea. I would love to give great advice right now and help, but I have no clue. I've never lived in a small city or a small town. I've never done that. Where is the rule book? I think on their website or something. Sergeant, that's a great call. There's some places that help with work clothes. When I first moved out at 17, I spent every day for a week in the library applying to jobs until I could find one. And I did everything in my power to make sure I got a job, including wailing 2.5 hours across the city. Small towns, hit up small mom and pop shops, make connections and apply. Connections will get you far. Yes, if you're personable and you're nice, even if somebody doesn't offer you a job, they might go, well, you know what, Susie down the street. That's a great call, Maddie. That is a great call. Be available and willing to start work immediately. But again, I can only go so far with this advice because I've never lived in a small town. So it would probably even be unfair for me to give you, right? I don't know what I'd do. I've never lived it. The library's a great call. Goodwill for, say you need this and that for a waiting job. Goodwill might have some clothes that you can get for cheap. You know what I mean? And then, man, money can be made off your phone. Like, it's just tough to do, man. Because you usually do need another system to do it, like a PC or something. So it's hard, Kai. Another thing, though, or for whoever asked that question, treat yourself as though you have no free time. You have to just keep pushing until you've earned the free time. Even though you deserve free time, no matter who you are, you might have to keep pushing until you've earned the free time. Because you might not be in a position where you can chill. I can tell you this, man. The worst thing you can do if you want to change your situation or need to get out of something is chill. I know that sounds like toxic. I know that sounds like bad advice. Everybody deserves mental health and to chill and relax. But I'm telling you, man, if you're pushing yourself to something different, you don't have the time or the luxury to relax. You don't. Because if you did, you'd be able to relax with nothing on your mind. I highly suggest fast food. Waiting tables, retail. Retail sucks the most. I'd say waiting tables and fast food. That would be my suggestion. But again, you might be like, dude, there's no... Again, that's the issue of a small town, dude. I don't know. Like, there might not be enough jobs in the small town. Take with that what you will, man. And I wish whoever submitted that the best luck. And to everybody who submitted tonight, I appreciate y'all for submitting, helping, that adds to the stream. A lot of your, whatever you submitted, whether it was life advice or, well, we just did life advice. So for life advice,